Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Edgar, and today's a deep one, y'all. So yes, as you can read by the title, I got plastic surgery again. Now, if you haven't already seen my first plastic surgery video, I'll be linking it right here. It should be popping up on the little YouTube little animations coming up. So yeah, this isn't my first rodeo, as they say. Wait, well, if this is already my second video and I already have one up, it's obviously not my first rodeo, you know. This is going to be my experience this time that I visited my plastic surgeon to get a little bit of work, a little bit of beauty help done, I like to say. As you can probably hear, I'm sounding a little stuffy. It's getting so cold, so windy here in California, so I literally just rolled out of bed. I put a scarf on. I'm trying to keep warm with these lights for once. In the summer, I'm like, girl, it's hot, but right now I'm like, yes, warm me up. In today's video, I am going to be showing you the actual procedure, which will be coming up in a couple minutes. I'm going to be talking a little bit more on the personal side and kind of addressing some questions that I really saw come up a ton in the comments on my other video. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below. Please click the little bell so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. And if anytime throughout the video you have a question, please make sure you comment down below because I will be answering your questions to the best of my ability. Alright, so let's get started. Like I mentioned in the intro, this is not my first time doing anything to my face. In a matter of almost 2 years, I have done my Botox 4 times. I have done my cheekbones 3 times, my under eyes 3 times, and for the first time ever, I got my nose done this time as well. And I know from the sound of what I just listed right now, just from the Botox alone, you're like 4 times in 2 years. What? Botox averages about a 3-month lifespan, so if you average out for me about 2 years, I've done Botox basically every 6 months, which is amazing. I have not had to go in with the regular or recommended sort of time. It's lasted me quite some time. First and foremost, the biggest question that I got, or the most commonly posted comment that I got, was, this is not plastic surgery. You are not getting a plastic surgery. Where is the plastic surgery? I totally understand what people mean or where they're coming from by saying, like, you're not going under the knife, like this isn't anything major, it's not plastic surgery. But to that, I say, listen, honey, I'm going to a plastic surgeon. No, I'm gonna try to not be funny, but I just can't, like, I don't know. I read a lot of the comments and I laughed at most of them because I understand people, you know, some people aren't very versed with this whole world, which I understand. It's definitely something that's newer, you know, it's just now coming into the mainstream in recent years. But to me, I do consider this plastic surgery because I am going to a board certified plastic surgeon. I know you might see a lot of your other favorite beauty gurus or influencers go to all these other places that they offer laser hair removal, they offer lip filler, cheek filler, literally everything. But you guys have to know, a lot of those places, they are operated, or the persons that are actually doing the procedures are only registered injectors. What that means is that you basically go to an accredited college of your choice and you get certified. You specifically get trained to do nothing and nothing but injections, basically. They obviously get taught about sterilization and whatnot, but the difference is that those, I think it's only about 2-3 years, don't quote me, but it's a very short amount of time compared to what a plastic surgeon has to go through. My plastic surgeon, Dhir Plastic Surgery, if you guys didn't already know, Dhir in Beverly Hills, he is my amazing plastic surgeon, the only person that has ever touched my face for any sort of enhancement or procedures. He has tons and tons of experience, tons and tons of patients under his belt. He went to Mount Sinai, which is a really highly sought after medical school. He's done fellowship, he was worked on clinical trials, so he's not just a certified injector, he is a real doctor. He's just very well rounded. He's written research papers, he's done conferences. So for me, you know, I trust him over someone that has only been 2 or 3 years and is basically, you are their learning dummy. No, I am not about it. Kind of bouncing back onto the where it sounds like I've done a million things. I've gone multiple times, yes, but the thing is, he listens to all of my needs. Every time I go, we've always gone gradually. He could have just as easily injected my face with a ton of filler and Botox and basically got me to where I am pretty much today in just one appointment, but I have gone to him several times. Every single time, you know, my face does change a little bit. The first time I did go to him, I just had turned 20. I'm turning 22 in a couple months. Oh my god, I'm getting yeah, I've been seeing him for a while, and he's basically worked with me as I grow. Again, when I went to him, I was basically a baby. Now I feel like I'm kind of grown into my face. So this is basically my adult face. And the best part about that is that going gradually, you know, you really learn kind of your limits, like how you like procedures. It really gives you, it's like a taste test. And then once you really experience it and know what it's all about, you can kind of go from there. I think the biggest mistake people make when they go into this world of plastic surgery is that they go in all at once. Especially I've seen girls with their lips, they end up, I mean, my lips are natural, but some girls, they just, there's a lot of botched, let's just say that. But going all at once does give you complications because, you know, you're stretching out your skin, your body just doesn't know how to react to it. So going gradually, listening to my doctor and his concerns, well, not his concerns, but his feedback, my concerns, you know, it's a cooperative effort, basically. The second most asked question is why? Now that is a big question, but I can easily answer that for you guys. For me, when I first started going to him, it was very much so hereditary. When I saw him, it was a month after my 20th birthday. And at that point, I was already very much so hollowing throughout the center of my face, which is the biggest thing that I noticed. It was making my under eye area not only look a lot more darker, because you guys can see I do have pigmentation around my eyes. I am Hispanic of Latin descent. I am tan, so we tend to have a little bit more pigmentation around our eyes. So with the pigmentation and the hollowness of losing fat under here, it was just looking a mess. Very, very sunken in. I would look tired all the time. Even with makeup, there was a shadow. And then for my cheekbones, I was already getting fat loss in this area. You guys will see in this clip today coming up where I kind of mentioned where I start to get a little bit of a divot, which is again hereditary. It's just natural, it happens. And then another one of my big concerns was my forehead general area. All of my family members, especially my mother, do have a very prominent creasing and expression. We are very expressive, you know, we is Latin, so we emotional. And that's why I decided to do Botox, because when I would, like, you know, squint from the sun, I would start getting lines here. And then because I am very expressive, I was starting to get lines right across my forehead. It's one in particular here that you will see. My biggest concerns were just like the squinting here, and then right here my makeup was kicking up all the time, and also my eyes were dropping. So, you know, as we age, gravity kind of pulls our face down, so my eyes were already starting to go lower and lower, and you can see my lids were literally starting to get covered up. You know, I do makeup, I need a little bit of lid space, and also I wanted to look a little bit more awake because the hollowness under my eyes combined with the fallen eyes, I just looked tired all the time, and it wasn't a cute look. And then another major thing, of course, I am here today in front of the camera. I am on camera 99% of the time, whether it be at events or at shoots. You know, I'm always being photographed, I'm always being filmed. And when I saw myself in photographs or in video, I just wasn't, not that I wasn't happy. We as creators, we have full control over the content we put out. So everything you're seeing here today, I decided I want to put this in. I want them to view it. Same with pictures, Instagram videos, you know, we can adjust the lighting, face tune a little here and there. But when other people were taking pictures of me, or I was taking pictures of other people, I just wasn't seeing what I saw on my Instagram. I do not necessarily blame myself, but that kind of just made me really focus on things that I wasn't too happy with. Whenever someone wanted to photograph me or take a picture with me, I was always the first one to be like, let me take the phone. I picked the angle, like flat, like literally, it was not cute. I'm still kind of like that just because, you know, I kind of figured out how to make everyone look great at this point just because of that. All the changes that I've made to my face are very, very small, but they do make the biggest difference. That kind of ties into, you know, like my last point of why is for myself. I never was influenced by anyone at all to do anything. Like I never was told like, oh, your under eyes are hollow, like you have wrinkles. Everyone, like no one saw anything, but you know, when I saw the pictures, when I looked in the mirror, I just wasn't happy with some of the things that I saw, and that's why I decided to change it. I never will let anyone influence me or say, oh my god, like you've done too much. Like, you know, I don't really care. At the end of the day, it's my face. I do love constructive criticism, don't get me wrong, but I told you guys how much work I've gotten done, and I feel like I still look very natural. I don't look like I've had any work done at all. That's pretty much why I did it. You know, hereditary, for work, and for myself, that's pretty much it. And last but not least, the biggest thing that people were pointing out or commenting both on my YouTube video and on my Instagram video were, why don't you address your other issues before you try to address or inject yourself with all of this stuff? And by that they meant, why don't you address your skin? I'm already getting triggered. I understand a lot of people don't really know, like they can be very quick to judge because a lot of other influencers are doing it. It's just really being pushed onto the mainstream now. And what a lot of people might not know is that before I started social media, I've only been on social media coming up this January 2018. It'll be 2 years that I am on here. I had a severe cystic acne. So everything you guys see now, like I have this little breakout, like this little thing. I rarely get breakouts now. This is just because of the weather. It's a little crazy now. People were very quick to judge, but the thing is, you know, when you see like videos from, it doesn't matter who it is, your favorite influencers, top influencers, me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on right now. And whenever I'm filming at the doctor's office, I literally just have natural lighting. My redness will look a lot more intense. My scarring, which is basically just texture, will look a lot more intense because there's shadows. You know, my doctor gets wherever he needs to get to perform, and I don't mind that at all. This is the best that my skin has ever looked. You know, obviously besides before I broke out crazy cystic acne, my skin is very sensitive. So if I try to be aggressive with it and really try to, you know, fix or address my issues with my skin, it's just gonna get worse. Trust me, I've tried everything under the sun, every single treatment. I'm very knowledgeable about skincare now. Skin takes time. Like, I can fix my under eyes, I can do botox, like I can do my cheekbones. That is instant results. For skin, it's a whole different story. It takes years and years. I'm lucky enough to where my face is still good. You know, I can put on makeup, or even without makeup. As a fact, I'm comfortable now, and you know, I'm happy, so I don't really care about what people think. I'm so grateful that Dr. Dhir is willing to collaborate with me, allow me to share my experience, my results, and overall just educate you, the public, about what this is all about. But like, when I've done skin videos before, like I've done treatments and whatnot, like it adds up, y'all. I really hope that pretty much sums up the frequently asked questions. This is going to be a longer video. Now the exciting part, trigger warning, graphic warning, whatever warning you guys want to call it. You guys will be able to see the procedure in full, numbing to the during and after and everything. So trigger warning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The procedures start now. What are you doing? No, don't flip it. Hold on, I want to look at that.
Smile. 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 One more. Smile.
Guys, so I'm here in the famous Dr. Dhir chair. As always, we have the view, we have the doll. So today we're just doing touch-ups to everything I've had done before. If you haven't seen my video that I've done before, make sure you guys go check it out. I will link it up here and then down below as well. So yeah, we're doing touch-ups today, cheekbones, Botox, and my under eyes as well. I do get it because if you guys see right here, when I smile, I do kind of get a little bit of a divot. So I like to just have a little bit more of a prominent cheekbone. And then Botox, of course, you can see my makeup cakes up right here, and then also right here as well when I do that. So it's just very minimal things. But one thing that is different, that it's not necessarily a touch-up, that I just wanted to do today was my nose. Now my nose, when it's straightforward, I definitely love it. I don't have a problem with it. But when I turn to the side, I don't like that it's a little bit uneven. So we're gonna talk with Dr. Dhir. Of course, he always does. Girl. Of course, as always, I'm gonna do the consult with Dr. Dhir before, just so we can go over everything, although I have had a couple things done before. And I'll be right back as soon as Dr. Dhir walks in. So as I mentioned, I already told you guys what I kind of have in mind for doing today. Same thing, a little bit new, touch-ups as well. So we're gonna do a really quick consult, and once we have that done, we'll be right back to let you guys know exactly what we're gonna be doing.
Let's do this.
So we quickly did a consult right now, so we're going to tell you guys exactly what we have planned for today.
Spent a lot of time with Edgar. I know his face very well over the last couple of years. I always do want to listen though. I want to know what exactly that is bothering him or what he wants to work on, because I want to make sure that we customize a plan for each one of my patients, especially when we are doing things over time. I want to make sure we're evolving. I'm going at the speed that I think that he needs, as well as that I think is safe for him. I want always a conservative result that addresses the problems that we want to deal with. And that's with every patient. I don't want to come in and one size does not fit all, and that's what happens a lot when we get some bad surgical procedures or bad facial filler and Botox patients walking around anywhere in the city or the country or the world, and it gives us a bad name, and I want to fight against that. It's my brand that walks out of here, and I want to make sure that I maintain safety as well as a good result. And Edgar is a great person to work with. His goals are very, very succinct. He knows his face very well because of the facial contouring that he does, and that really helps me communicate with him because that's what I'm doing is facial contouring. A couple things we want to do is replenish or rejuvenate the eye. We have a little hollowness under here. He gets away with it because he's able to utilize makeup in a fashion that I do from under the skin by adding volume to reflect light. He can do it on top of the skin, but when he's not wearing some makeup on top, we can actually see there's a little hollowness that comes from facial aging just because of volume loss and just from, you know, sun exposure, which we do live in here in LA, so that's of course very important for all patients to be doing sunblock. But either way, we are going to do under eye here just a little bit to replenish it. If we do too much, you'll get a shelf. We don't want that. We want a conservative result that's attractive. So under the eyes here, this will do two things. Dark circle will go away. It'll also give a little bit of lift in the mid-face and help this fold here, which is not very much on him, but he's going to see a big difference. Number two is beautiful volume here. I want to add a little more of the outside upper cheek part because not too much. I don't want an augmentation, I want an enhancement, which means just a little bit to match this mound here and continue it on. And what that does is lifts up the jowl here and gives a little suspension to the face. That gives a nice little, a nice rejuvenated contouring of the facial structure. So I'm going to see that today. Our standard, you can actually see he's got a very smooth forehead. The more times over time you use Botox, your wrinkle prevention. So as you can see, it's very smooth. So we're just going to continue with just minor amounts, miniature amounts of Botox. Put your brows together. These 11 lines, forehead lines up. Get some of those smooth. I'd like to have facial expressions, so we're going to make sure that we maintain that. He's very expressive and he likes to communicate, so we want to make sure we can keep that going. And last thing for fun. So a lot of patients have been talking about liquid rhinoplasty. He brought it up today, and I think he's a perfect candidate to kind of talk to everyone about what liquid rhinoplasty is. He doesn't need it. He doesn't really want a nose job, but it's something that he picks up in photographs. Perfect patient to talk about liquid rhinoplasty. Number one, liquid rhinoplasty is temporary. Use fillers just like we use under the eyes and the cheeks. It's temporary. It will go away. It lasts 3 months, 6 months, up to 9 months to a year. Every filler is different. Every patient is different. And fillers, what they do is they reshape the nose by adding volume. So when you have a nasal hump that's mild like his, some patients, if they do have insecurity about it, they come in and ask for a rhinoplasty procedure, and that's what we do. We take off the nasal hump and we refine the tip so it matches and harmonizes the face. Another option is that you can fill from here to here with a little bit of filler to make it look straight. And for patients who just want to try it out, see what it looks like to have a straight nose, perfect option. Number two, it's temporary if they just want to do it for fun. It goes away, so that's a great option. Number three is for patients who truly don't want to go under surgery and they can handle a liquid rhinoplasty, it's great for them to save a surgical procedure. However, I always tell patients, if I fill from here to here, we can show a side profile view, and a lot of my colleagues show it, and it's a great result. But what happens is you are making the nose longer by adding volume to fill a hump to make it look straight. The nose will start higher up on the face. That's important for females who don't want a longer nose. So this is something that we take into account when I discuss that liquid rhinoplasty is a fun procedure, it's temporary, and it has its uses. It's also used for patients who maybe don't like minor asymmetries and they don't want to change their nose. So I can fill a little bit here, which you can see on some of the videos we have on our plastic series, that we can use fillers for minor things just to help out the confidence. But for major things like hump, it really depends on what the patient can handle, length of nose. He actually has a very small nose, and we talked about today lovingly that we are just going to do a little bit just to make his profile straighter. And since he has a little bit of deepness here, he can handle a little bit of a nose that looks longer, and I think we will show you guys, and we'll see if we can get the result we want.
I don't even know if you guys have ever noticed, but on Facetune, that's literally the only thing that I change really, besides a little smoothing, which everyone does. But this little thing, I always even just go like that, and I can see my nose becomes perfectly straight. So that's definitely what I'm most excited about. But yeah, let's get right started.
I heard the same things from him, so that is our plan. We are going to use velour or Restylane up here. We are going to use a little velour under the eyes to kind of give him a little bit more contouring here with filler. We're also going to use Voluma, which is a thicker filler that gives us a little bit more cheek enhancement in this region. And then we're going to use Botox for the 11 lines and a little Botox for those horizontal lines. Let's get started. Number one importance, I don't want no pain. I want a comfortable experience for all my patients, especially you, Edgar.
Especially.
So this is a numbing cream that we get from a pharmacy that formulates it with the things that I like. There's 3 medications in it that help with numbing. When we do fillers, people are scared of needles, as they should be. I would be as well. I've been a patient myself, and so I want to make sure that Edgar is safe and sound. It's also comfortable. Number 2 is also blood pressure comes down if you're calm, and that means that you're less chance of getting a bruise. That of course makes me look better. It actually makes him heal faster. Good job. Okay. Good job.
I'm like...
So the first part of the procedure is going to be to numb the area which we got started. He'll start to get numb around the cheekbones, the nose, other cheekbone, upper lip, and then makes it for a really comfortable procedure, and it makes it a nice, fun procedure that we can actually communicate about the result and not about the pain. Those are just small bee sting, very small needle. It's just so where I enter with my treatment procedure needle, there's no bruising. This helps with bruising. And we do our best to maintain that the patient's comfortable and no bruising afterwards. You always may have a risk of bruising with the needle. It's common to get a bruise, not the end of the world, but we try to minimize it by giving as many of these little numbing procedure needles. You feel anything? Needle. Good work. Good job. Any pain?
No.
Good job. Put your brows together for me. Good and relax. Good job. Brows together for me. Good and relax. A little sterile for injections. Best contour in the world, right? And relax. Great job. Raise up. Good. And relax. Good job. Good. All done.
So that was the Botox, you guys. You can see we did a little bit of topical numbing, but I think we've even done it without numbing, and I'm completely fine. It literally feels less than a second of a tiny poke, and that's about it. So Botox done. Let's get into the other stuff.
So next thing, we're going to do a little bit of under eye filler. He's got a nice contour, just has a little dark circle that we want to maintain some youthful look and also contouring. So we're going to use a small needle to start it. As you can see, he doesn't even bleed from that place. We use a blunt tip needle, I mean it's not sharp. That should not be scary then. And from one opening, I'm able to treat the whole eye, so you don't have to do multiple stab wounds. Although it may look scary, I understand people get freaked out with a big needle, but remember, there's no sharp end. And that means that there'll be less chance of hitting something important. So it's safe. Okay? And just like every time I start, you should feel 0 pain, but right here you may feel a little bit. That's the one spot. And I apologize.
Is it already in?
It's already in. Okay, so if you're not feeling it, even better.
No.
But the gel itself does have more numbing medicine in it, and then that takes away any kind of discomfort, but now you should feel nothing. Good job. And we are started. I'm doing this with my left hand, which is my smart hand, my surgical hand that tells me where I am. I treat it just like I would in surgery if I was doing a fat transfer, like for a procedure. And I think by doing it as surgical approach, it's safe, it minimizes the risks, and it also will give him that beautiful result we're looking for. And as you can see, I got things started. It's a little bit I've just put right here as you compare to the other side. I'm just beginning, but this shows you that minimal amounts, conservative amount, less is sometimes more. By just giving a little bit of volume, you can actually improve an eyelid. Never want to have anyone look abnormal. Have you take a look. In a second here. I think I'm pretty good with it. Wait, I didn't do the cheeks yet. That comes next. But I want you to see what I did for the lower eyelid.
Ooh.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I see the lip.
So subtle.
Yeah.
It's very subtle. Okay, same thing, Edgar. You're gonna feel that maybe right and feel the other side. You're okay. You're okay.
Uh-huh.
You're professional now. Sort of some things enhance your look.
And I don't know how I look. I probably look awful because I'm like dead, but I literally I'm like so comfortable. I just zone out and like almost even nap. I don't fall asleep, but I just relax. I don't even think about it. Let Dr. Dhir do his thing, and then just we check up little steps here and there. But I'm completely comfortable. I have no pain, and I'm doing pretty good.
All right, so we have a hump here. Again, we can take that down surgically, but we're gonna have some fun today with just a little bit of filler up top, and this should not hurt because I numbed up the area again. We're just gonna put a little filler and you'll see it magically kind of go away. So let me just mold it. The so-called liquid rhinoplasty. There you go, you have more contour. The hump is slowly going away and disappearing.
I should wear contacts tonight instead of, I mean, the
I
rest
try
of
not
the
to
day
wear
instead of
glasses.
Okay,
Maybe
perfect.
if you can wait a couple days without glasses, it's better.
Perfect.
If something were to happen, you can actually mold it yourself, but I'd rather have you not.
No, yeah, no.
But you can if it's like something that happens. It's usually rare. It settles pretty quickly. Treat. I'm gonna have you take a look and look at your different angles because you know your angles. I think I got it pretty good.
Literal. Wow.
Awesome.
Living.
Wow. Wow.
So
See, I feel like my face still looks the same.
It looks the
but it's
same.
just...
And that's why I think liquid rhinoplasty is powerful for certain patients, and you're perfect for it because it's a small thing, and it.
I love this. Okay, yeah. This looks so good. And what filler was it for this?
For this one I use Velour. You can use Restylane, Velour. Some people use Voluma. It's not the importance. The importance is you inject in the right place. And using a safe filler, which we did.
He used silicone.
Silicone?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, she's, yeah, don't listen to
Where'd it
her.
go?
Don't listen to her.
Girl, killing me. Okay, let's get that divot now. Where's that divot? Can you show me?
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, it's only more on this side.
What I'm going to do is just use a different type of fillers superficially. On this divot part, I'm using a different kind of filler called Restylane Refine, or Define, and what it does is, when you smile, it stretches, and then it comes back, so it's not like a mound. So it's actually a really nice filler for mobile areas.
Alright, so here we are all done with what we did today. Again, you guys saw everything we did. So now it's just basically all about healing. We'll be back for a follow-up, as always, in about 2 to 3 weeks to check up on everything, make any little adjustments possibly. But so far, I am literally obsessed. My nose, look at my nose.
Love it. Yep, so we did the nose, we got the straight bridge, we did the under eye, we did the cheekbone, we had a little contour deficiency here that we filled, and we made the cheekbones look high, suspended the face, he looks great. Safe and sound.
Alright, y'all, so I don't know what in the world happened to my follow-up footage. I'm so sorry. But I'll kind of just brief you on that. I literally had no complications the day after. I was like literally 24 hours after the video you guys saw of me getting everything done. I was on a red carpet. I was fine. I didn't get any bruising. The only thing that I did kind of notice, or I kind of, it happened to me, my nose, which I already kind of expected. I was surprised it didn't bruise or anything. My nose was just a little bit tender because, y'all, this is like very connected to a lot of nerves. So it was a little bit swollen. I wasn't able to wear glasses for a couple of days because I was just not trying to risk it. You know, if I got a dent in my nose, that would be a problem. If you really want to see what a follow-up appointment is really like, again, go watch my other video because there I did include the follow-up footage. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, you know, thank you so much to Dr. Dhir for collaborating with me on this video. I will leave his info down below. He is located in Beverly Hills. Again, the only person I've ever trusted. Please make sure you guys go see him. He will give you a consult. He even does virtual consults. So if you are somewhere else, not in California or somewhere else in the world, he will definitely work with you. Really hope you guys enjoy enjoyed and learned something from this today. It takes a lot for someone to come on here and really just open themselves to this, but I'm happy to do so because best believe I watched every single video on Botox filler, every single little thing. I have watched every single video on YouTube, y'all, before I even went in. So I'm happy to add on to this for other people that might be in my situation and really, you know, are thinking about going into this. At the end of the day, this is something very, very serious, something that you should really look into, not only into what you're doing, but as well as who you're going with. For that reason, you know, I'm more than happy to share my experience, my results, and my story. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit the little bell so you get notifications of when I upload new videos. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and give me a big thumbs up, please. I would really, really appreciate it. As always, I love you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me today, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.